I don't know what it's like where you live, but in Adelaide there's been a growing proliferation in cafes and restaurants, pubs over the last few years of having these great big enormous television screens up on the wall wherever people gather. And I was in a good restaurant the other day with someone having a meal, and it was really interesting to note how often they were distracted by this television screen. Continually it would grab their attention and there'd be a conversation around what they were witnessing and suffering of what they were witnessing. And it just occurred to me the other day that really that's an outer reflection of what happens inside in a lot of conversations when two people meet. Instead of actually being totally present with the other person, there's a constant distraction of moving away from actually listening to them, actually being totally present with them, to our own mind and whichever way our fixated way of operating works. Instead of being totally present, listening to what they're saying, we're busy working out how to fix them or how to make them better, how to stay safe, how to make myself look more unique or more superior, or what am I going to say next to show them that I know more, or that they're not right, or whatever it is, or to avoid conflict with them. There's this conversation going on, this planning and strategizing, and we're not really totally present with someone. You have two people meeting as their fixated characters. So are you willing to truly meet someone? To truly meet them? One of the most beautiful gifts my teacher Eli Jackson Bear brought to my awareness was the capacity to be with someone at any moment in empty, silent awareness, staying true, having our attention on what's always here, and really hearing the other person, being totally empty, being love, and then reflecting back to them their experience using their own words. And if you've ever been in a conversation with someone who does that, there's a beautiful feeling of being understood and an incredible gift and blessing to hear your words being spoken. It really enables an incredible insight sometimes. Have you ever had one of those experiences where someone repeats what you've said and it's like, whoa, and there's an instant answer to something that may have been causing you some stress? It becomes really clear. It's either a yes or a no, by having someone else speak your question instead of having it rattling around in your head. So what is it that really stops you from truly being with someone? And this is something I invite you to perhaps inquire within yourself. Next time you're talking with someone, have a look, be aware what your mind's doing, where you're being distracted. Or even maybe sit down with a piece of paper and do it as a repeating question exercise, where at the top of the page you might write the question, what is it that stops me from being fully present with another person? And then give yourself 10 minutes to just write whatever comes. And then maybe, at the end of that, cross out with another person and write with my true self. What stops me? What gets in the way of being with my true self? What distracts me from being with my true self? What a difference it can make when two people meet each other from loving awareness, loving empty, silent presence. And we don't have to fill the space with chatter, with our attention on what's always here, and be open and willing to be there with another person in silence and speaking whatever arises when it arises, with no agenda, just empty. Right now, what's it like to simply be here with me, not having to speak? What's that experience like? Just let's sit for a couple of minutes. That's right. So just notice what that was like for you. Did you find yourself reaching for something in particular? Moving, searching? What was the experience? Just an experiment to become aware of what distracts you, what hooks you away from your capacity to truly be with someone as open, empty love. And you can be this way with whoever you meet. You can even be like this with a stranger. Just notice the social and cultural overlays that arise when you meet someone, albeit in a shop or out on the street, whatever it is. The urge to say something. What would it be like in all of our relationships if we could truly meet someone as open, aware love, no judgment, no knowing, no assuming, no projecting, just totally being present with them, allowing them to speak their truth, their experience, and giving yourself the opportunity to be honest and speak your truth and experience. No wars, no trying to protect, no moving against someone. Being loving starts with each and every one of us. Being compassionate starts with each and every one of us. Being willing to inquire who we really are, and making a choice to keep our attention on the silent, present awareness from which everything arises from, and that you can discover more and more by being aware of how you're pulled away, how you're distracted by your mind, by body sensations, by waves of emotion. And we can bring more peace to the world by bringing more peace right here where we are. So are you willing to truly meet someone from open, empty awareness? I thank each and every one of you willing to do that. With all of my heart. Namaste.